Hello. How are you? And now my dog starts to bark. Yep, because people are mowing the lawn outside. Today's lawn day. So, yeah. Okay. So, today we are going to create a pair of hands. So, excuse me, they're making noise and I don't know if you can hear it or not. Anyway, like lives happen, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Okay, so today, Laverne Bernie, I tell you, is always an excitement with her. Anyway, this is a pair of hands, believe it or not. And when they finish, they're gonna be like this. So you see that this is a pair of hands. Now you're probably saying, what you're gonna do with that? I go, well, that's a good thing. One of the things that you can do with that is you could put a plant on top of it. You can give it to somebody to put jewelry on. You can you can give it to, practically anyone with in their favorite color. You can make it into hands and then put rings on it, to hold the rings. I don't know. This is used for a lot. I fell in love with it and I said, you know what? I want to go ahead and see if I can do something with this, right? Because that's the way the hands are going to be. And they're going to be cupped. So I decided to go ahead and let me try it. What can it happen? So we're gonna start with 100 milligrams of resin because if you're gonna decorate it, you want to be able to keep everything where it needs to be. Because what I'm gonna decided to do was use clear resin, no color this time, and put these flowers and decorate it with these flowers like the fall, And so I decided to do it like this. So that's my design. So I said, let me go ahead and let's do it, let's go ahead and create it. So we're gonna go ahead and first things first, safety first. So we always put on the gloves because resin is nasty. You don't want it all over you. Okay. So I got my favorite song on. I don't know if you can hear it. Hold on. I always like my Christian music on. Okay. So we're gonna see here. Got the gloves on. We're gonna go 50, right? And we're gonna start with A. Now these are almost empty, so I got a pair of new ones. But here's A, okay? And let's see if it gets to 50, at least 50, right? That's what we want. So here's the cup. I'll put it over here so you can see it. And then we're gonna go 50 on that. Whoa, it went 50. Yep, it's gonna go 50. Ooh, this made easy 50. Easy, easy. It's not much there left, maybe like 10 left. Let's see how much B gives me. So the rest you're going to take it to 100. Wow, that was the easiest pour I ever had. Okay. And then you grab your little stick and you start turning it around. I don't know if you can hear the music, but it's pretty awesome. I like if you go to YouTube and I put Christian rock music, that's what I like. I'm really eclectic. I like all kinds, but lately I have been listening to Christian rock music, which is pretty cool. I like this. Now I'm gonna take Usually 2 to 3 days to do this design. It's my first time doing the hands, so I'm really excited because I've been watching it and I'm like, oh, I want that. So I want to be able to do that. Now you see that you're forming bubbles, but you never have to worry about that because as soon as the air hits it, you're gone. You know, my Laverne, my dog, is a Chihuahua. She's 10 years old. She was a rescue. I love rescues. They're the most beautiful things. Don't ever buy a dog online on Facebook or YouTube or anywhere else use social media at because it's all fake. And unless they can show you the dog first, it's a scam. Just a little hint there I wanted to show you because that has happened to so many people. So at first, I was gonna do the hands with natural skin color, and I said no because and then the flowers won't show. So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw just 100 milligrams because this is pretty deep. It's pretty thick, so I'm guessing it takes about 300 milligrams of resin. I'm starting out with 100 first, and I'm gonna give this a little try here. That way the bubbles come up. I can always put the heat gun to it so the bubbles can go. Um, but because I don't want it. Once it goes down, it really comes out, and I can always use my heat gun to take out the bubbles. Everybody always makes things so complicated. It's not as hard as it looks, and all you have to do really is just try it. you know Give it a whirl, experiment, go for it, because then you have another product to sell. And I have a lot of ideas. I brought a lot of molds because I wanted to make the series on different kind of molds. So I wanted to go ahead and just do it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead now and put this on there, and as soon as I do this, the bubbles come out. So I'm gonna go like that. And if the bubbles stay, okay. And I will go ahead and just, you know, hold on. I like to get everything out. I don't like to leave nothing to waste. Some people can waste some resin, boy. It's expensive. You want to go ahead and do the best you can, but don't, you know, if you can use it all, use it all. Okay? Okay, this is good. This is good. I'm going to get the heat gun because I want my flowers to come out with bubbles. So I'm gonna go get the heat gun. Okay. I usually get the extension cord, and I am going to get the heat gun and put it on here. Okay. Let's see. It goes on. Yep. All right. So I see the bubbles. Now I'm gonna make sure it comes out. Even though you're gonna cover it with flowers, you don't want the bubbles there. Okay. I don't know how this is gonna come out, but it's nice to experiment, right? What I'm noticing is very deep in some areas and other areas are not. So that's pretty cool. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do, I usually have um how do I say, tweezers, and so I can get the flowers. You wanna use tweezers? Okay, I got it. I got some tweezers right here. So because the flowers are so delicate. So I'm gonna open up the flowers, and I'm not gonna put all of them. I'm just gonna put. They smell good too. Okay, so here is the flower. Okay, and I'm gonna grab my tweezers. Just grab whatever I can. So, I have no idea what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna design it where um it looks nice. So if I was facing forward, I will face this forward. You gotta put it upside down, right? So you wanna go ahead, and this is kind of facing the other way, so I'm gonna put it on this side. See, I look everything when you're designing, um when you're designing the flowers and everything, you want to make sure that you put them in the way upside down, pretty much, right? So I'm gonna grab another one of those green leaves. So I'm right here. Let me see if I can stretch this out so you can see more. There you go. Because I was like, can you see it? So I'm right here. And now I'm gonna put this upside down, but this has like more leaves than the other one. So let me go ahead and just take this out because you can always use this for something else. So I'll use this one now. And you notice that stick is not as big as the other one. So tear that up. So I'm designing upside down, right? So you want to go ahead and then you use your stick, you push it down because you want to go ahead and put that as the beginning, right? All right. So you're looking at the flowers. Now I'm imagining that these are the greens that they're holding on top. Now this is pretty over here. Here's a flower. So, you can put that right there. So you want to go ahead and station that right there. Because you want people to look at it when they see it. So you grab the other one. Okay. So there we go with that one. Like that. See, now I have greens. I'm so asymmetrical. I have to have it all even. Now, let me see what's in here. Okay, they have some of these. Okay, that looks nice. If they have two, then we can use it. Okay, so let me see. And I don't like the sticks. I'm going to take the stickers because I want to use. These are real dried flowers, by the way, people. You're looking at real dried flowers. And again, this is my first time messing with this mold. So it's just, I don't know. I might do, you know what I would love to do? I'm not going to say now, but it's going to come out really cute. But I would love to do a fish tank with hands, because I love the fish. So, as you can see right here, or you could do hands, right? With, okay, I see bubbles in there forming. So you want to go ahead, see the bubbles are going away and stuff. And this is exactly, what you don't want. You want to go ahead and position these things right. Like I said, this is my first mold, so I don't know what's going to come out like. But hey, I'm going to play with it because I want to. I'm one of those that I'll be like, okay, let's use everything in here. All right. So this is little things there. And that's what I like about it. Because you don't want to fill out. Okay, the reason why you only put 100 in the thing, because when you put stuff in resin, it tends to come out. Like if you was to fill this thing up, nothing would stay down. So you gotta build it step by step. Okay. Okay. Now a lot of people say that's not the way I would do it. That's good for you. You could do this however you like. You know? Comme si, comme ça. You do it however you like. Like I said, this is my first time doing this. So, this is a nice pair of hands, and I want to be able to do it right. Okay. Now, I noticed with this, it has like, I don't know what this is, but it's pretty. I would love to use it. And it broke off easy. Okay, so see, I'll put this over here. I don't know, over here, because you want to go ahead and use what you have to be able to hold it in place. So again, you're facing everything down like the opposite way. Don't do it, facing you when you're doing stuff, because you can definitely oops. Okay. So the object is to make it stick. So when you put the rest of the resin, it doesn't float up. So as you can tell, I'm trying. This thing is deep, no joke. Maybe I can do another 100 and put it in here so it can stay, you know. Child of God, yes, I am. Okay, so I don't know. This is a little bit. As long as it stays, that's the object. So you gotta get it wet with resin so it can stay, but you don't want it too much. Like here's a pair of a nice shape thing. So I want to go ahead and put like the thumb right here. There's a thumb right here. There's a thumb right there, and I'm like, what can I put in that thumb? Because it is full of resin, and I want to use everything on here. And there's a thumb on the other side too. So I just want to make sure that everything is seen, everything is covered. You want to make sure everything is in its place. Like here's another red flower. Maybe I should put it in the thumb. So let's see if I can push it down there. Okay, there you go. There you go. Okay. I put that one. That worked. That worked really nice, as a matter of fact. Okay, let me see if they have another one in here. They got so many flowers in here. Mostly are these, which I decided to pick these because of the fall. So maybe that one. I don't know. I want to put something in the thumb. And I got the thumb over here. So we can go ahead and do this. All right. You want to put things in the thumb. Here's some more. I can grab this. And it could get kind of like, I got the tweezers and the tweezers were too small. So I decided to do my own thing. You know. All right. Let me see. Put that in the thumb in there. Okay. That's pretty cool. I mean, you want to build the first floor as pretty as you can. So when you do, um, like when you do decorate it, it comes out pretty because see, this is gonna be for the next time. If I really wanted to get sick, there's resin here that I can actually point this to start it off. But I am so excited. I don't know what I'm gonna do here. Let me see. All right. See, each finger will have a dab. And then, if it stays up, then you can cut it, which is kind of cool. You don't need all the stems, okay? Because it might mess up your design. So there you go. So I'm just using these as decorations right now. See, I know the thing is too big. Okay. So I don't know. I am just building here. I'm dying to see what it's gonna look like when I'm done. Because this is not the end. I have to put more stuff because the more stuff you got down there, I think every finger is supposed to be covered. I'm not sure. Again, playing it by ear. Never messed with this mold before. So yeah, that's what I have so far, and I'm building it. So I meant to do only 15 minutes, but I'm doing going a little bit over for the first time because I'm building the the hands. I want to make sure that all the hands have, like, all the fingers. I want them to have something, you know. So let's get that, and you can. I'll get a little bit of resin and put it in here. Something can stick. These things are so delicate, and I don't know how they do these things. You know how they do the flowers and everything, but I think it's so cool that they're able to keep this down. Okay, I'm gonna put something in there on the side. I like skillet too. Skillet rock and roll. I like it. Okay, so I think looking around, looking at it, because you wanna go ahead and look at it. I don't want to tilt it too much. So I'm thinking this finger, but that'll be in the next one. You know. So I don't know. I've never done this before. So I'm kind of curious to see what's gonna happen, All right. It's Invincible by Skillet. Okay. So let me go. All right. Well, I think that's all I can do for now. It looks kind of messy up in here, but it's gonna stay just like that because um you wanna go ahead and you gotta let that dry off. I just stuck it with a whole bunch of stuff. Again, it's my first time messing with fingers and hands. And if this doesn't come out right, you know what? There's always a next time. That's the thing that I like about it. So, from what I can see, I just want to make sure that the resin itself, when you're looking at this, and you want to make sure that the resin itself is reaching where it needs to reach. You don't want a hole, and then when it's done, you have a finger missing. So you want to make sure that everything. That's why you put the resin first, and then you decorate around it, so the resin can go in there. And again, this is first time doing the hands, so let's see what happens here. You know, um, let's see what happens. Okay, well, this is Jeanette signing off from Creations of the Heart Art. If you want to write to me, it's Creations of the Heart. Oh, no, now it's Jeanette at creationsoftheheartart.com. You can write to me, visit my website, and see all the other good things that I have on there. And if you have any questions, you could call me at 574 Okay, well, see you, I guess, tomorrow or the next time I do this. We could finish it off.